What I hope the participants will discover is that the theater is connected to all the other elements of life and art.
It must have been 2 years ago at least that the conversations began. Dr. Umbel, who is now Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, was then acting Dean, and we began a discussion of the possibility of setting up a semester-long residency in the arts.
One of the things I really hope to get out of this production is working with a different director in the department. Lisa Jo is coming from Philadelphia, and she's an artist in residence. And just what she can bring to the table and what she can bring to Millersville to bring something different.
We need to be sort of knocked on the side of the head and reminded that we've got all these wonderful people around us, because everybody gets so involved in their own work. We could go weeks on end without interacting with professors from other departments if we're not put in a position in a meeting or on some kind of committee where we're sort of forced to work together.
I've never worked with the theater department. It's actually the first time I've worked with any department, I believe, during my college career. So it was pretty cool to like see how they go about doing things, because I've been in Dutcher Hall maybe once. So it was cool to be in there and like see the way that they go about the like casting process and just planning everything out. I had no idea how much went into it until like a week ago, and I was like, wow. I feel like anymore it's hard to find people who are like really, really passionate about something, and I feel like that's something theater always has, is they're always like really passionate and like really into it, and I think that's incredible.
Among the things that we do in devised theater class in the very last session is exploring expression of poetry, imagery, music through movement without words. And that's something that we don't have much opportunity to do. Like I said, we usually start with a script and then develop the play from that script. With developing with movement based on an idea or poetry or a piece of music, it's taking a slightly different abstract approach.
Walk down the catwalk like you're bored.
Behind the Eye is, while it is scripted, the approach to it is taking the words of that script, which is kind of abstract in many ways, and developing, exploring it through movement. So there's a great deal of movement, balletic kind of movement in the play that you would not normally associate with a totally scripted play. So the devised theater is mirroring the kind of rehearsal process that's being done in the rehearsal for Behind the Eye. This was one of the pieces that is part of Behind the Eye, and as part of the piece, it is choreographed into the movement to express what the play does. And it's all about imagery and self-imagery in the particular scenes where this plays. And in the scene, not only is the character Lee Miller investigating and thinking about it, watching herself in the mirror, but she's also exploring her inner self, her inner doubts, and her inner thoughts. And in doing so, there's also, this is kind of a trick mirror, this also opens up and it becomes a doorway in another scene.
It's all about the experience, and that's what this residency is all about. That's why it's great that we have it, is that we bring someone else out in the real world in here to give us a new exposure and teach us new things.
When you have that kind of buy-in from a variety of departments, and you have that kind of added information from a variety of courses to embellish the experience, it does help reinforce the idea that the theater is not an entertainment medium. The theater is a way of exploring our own thoughts, exploring the thoughts of others, and improving our own view of life.